Hello, friends. How are you all? Welcome to this dangerous and scary episode. Let's take you to this soul-stirring podcast. Friends, school is often called the temple of education, a place where knowledge and discipline shape our future. But sometimes, darkness seeps into the walls of even the most sacred places. This is a chilling story of a school that hides secrets too terrifying to be ignored. My name is Sumit, and today, I will share with you the mysterious and horrifying incidents that took place in my school. This school was built in 2017, the largest and most well-equipped institution in the vicinity. Many students, including myself, enrolled there, excited about the promising future it offered. In the beginning, everything seemed fine, and I was enjoying my studies as an 8th grade student. However, one tragic incident changed everything. One day, during lunch break, 2 students went up to the terrace for a stroll. One of them decided to come down, leaving his friend behind. As he descended the stairs, a sudden, blood-curdling scream echoed through the school. He turned back in horror, only to find that his friend was no longer on the terrace. Rushing down, he was met with a horrifying sight. A large crowd had gathered around the lifeless body of his friend, who had fallen from the rooftop. The school administration was baffled. The terrace was secured with high railings, making it nearly impossible for anyone to fall accidentally. Did he jump, or was there something else at play? Just as the school tried to move past this tragedy, another spine-chilling event occurred. A 10th grade student was found hanging from a pipe in the school's washroom. His lifeless body swayed eerily, as if whispering secrets no one could comprehend. 3 deaths in 1 month sent shockwaves through the students and faculty. Parents grew anxious, demanding answers, but none were found. The school was no longer just a place of education. It had become a house of fear. Then, the unexplainable began. The school bell would ring on its own before the scheduled time. The names of deceased students mysteriously appeared in the attendance register. Shadows lurked in the hallways where no one stood. The unease grew heavier, suffocating us all. Things took a terrifying turn one evening, during an extra class for 8th to 10th graders. As the class ended, we prepared to leave, only to find that the main gate was locked from the outside. Panic set in. We assumed the watchman had mistakenly locked us in, but when we called him, he revealed he hadn't come to work that day due to illness. Who had locked the gate then? With no phone network and the night creeping in, we huddled together, trying to stay calm. The teachers advised us to stay in the upper classrooms while they figured out a way to open the gate. To pass the time, someone suggested a game. Who had the courage to go downstairs and return alone? Anmo, a fearless boy from our class, took up the challenge. Keep the money ready. He laughed before disappearing down the corridor. 20 minutes passed. Anmo did not return. Concerned, a few students stepped out, calling his name. Then, suddenly, they heard sobbing from behind. They turned around, and there stood Anmo silent, his face pale as if he had seen something unspeakable. He didn't ask for his prize money. Instead, he sat quietly in a corner, staring blankly at the floor. Moments later, a bone-chilling scream echoed from outside the room. "Save me! Save me!" Our blood ran cold. We rushed to the door, only to see Anmo. But how? He was inside with us. When we turned back to look at the corner where he sat, there was no one there. Terror gripped us. The lights flickered wildly. The wind howled through the broken window panes. Shadows moved even where there were no figures. Then a boy appeared on the classroom's wooden platform, sobbing, his face eerily illuminated by the dim, flickering light. The air grew thick with fear. In our panic, we banged on the classroom door, screaming for help. Suddenly, there was a loud knock from the other side. With all our might, we pushed against the door and it finally swung open. Our parents and teachers stood outside, their faces filled with relief and confusion. Later, the teachers told us that while they were trapped in the office downstairs, they too experienced something sinister. They heard strange whispers at the door and saw shadowy figures in the hallway. It wasn't until a parent managed to call the authorities that help arrived, and the locks, somehow bolted from the outside, were broken open. After this horrifying night, priests were called to cleanse the school. Rituals were performed, and the school's history was investigated. It was discovered that the land it stood on was once the site of a tragic event, shrouded in mystery and death. Though things have returned to normal, a lingering fear remains. Even today, when the wind blows through the empty hallways, some claim to hear whispers, some claim to feel an unseen presence, and we are just grateful that we made it out alive. So, friends, this was a terrifying tale of my school. Until next time, take care and stay safe, because sometimes the past refuses to stay buried.